When you find yourself outnumbered by a vast horde of enemies, what better means to escape than the Skycoach? Hello, everyone, and thank you for joining me in the fourth part and final part of Eberron's Skycoach from WizKids. So, I have before you the Sky Sleds, or I want to make sure that I have the right actual term for it. I do believe it is a Sky Sled. But anyways, you get adjustable little posts here to add to the height of it. And it definitely gives it a nice dynamic kind of feel to having all the enemies approach onto the Skycoach as seen. It's a perfect example from behind. Get these out of the way. These poor adventurers being assaulted by, or attacked by a group of what seem to be gnolls and potentially a hobgoblin shaman of some sort. So I do apologize, as I did have a bit of a time restraint when it came to painting this. I will not be doing that in further videos for showing how to paint, but what I did was I ended up dry brushing all of the wood and then dealing with the gold after, or the bronze and then gold after, just so to clean up all these little pieces that could mess up. I did go for a bit of a bluish gray look for the leather, just to give it a nice little difference. Inside here I used a blend of silver and black to give it a darker look but still metallic. It just looks a lot nicer having that kind of color scheme in there. Jeez, apologize for that. There you go. As for each individual sail, I used underdark leather, so it had that shininess to it. As for the shading, I used as for the coloring of the sails itself, I used a blend of white and skeleton bone color. After that was done, I applied mixtures of black shade, brown shade, and flesh color, just to give it that aged kind of look. And you will notice here, I want to get a little bit more of that wash in there, because I can always just put another layer on there. Here, I probably would have preferred to find a different color string or color for the rope and the stitching to hold it together, but I went for like almost a blend of a dark blue, like that. But it looks good. Usually if you see here, that little notch on the wood there, I try to clean those things up, but I found that it's just going to be too much of a hassle. But yeah, all came together, putting it together. I should mention, don't put this piece on until you've got this on here, because that was something I had to deal with. Also, bringing back the deck itself, amazing, love it. But if you see the little white scuffing right here, that is because the cardboard was getting friction and having a bit of an issue putting it in there. That's the one thing about this that I love it. Putting this at the table, not only was I excited, but the table enjoyed it. But that it's amazing, I love it. But that right here is the only problem that I have, is that it's cardboard. Maybe if it had some kind of a sealant around the rim of it or something, maybe to that effect or something. But other than that, perfect. I love this thing. I went for just a plain white for the lighting, and then just gold trimmed. I was originally going to go with yellow, but I honestly just want to keep it simple. As for all these amazing designs here, I honestly probably would have tried to go with a different shading along all the inner seams and pulled out all the design or the details. But it was a mix between a time restraint and I just really wanted to get these videos out and not take forever. Because we're already at about 6 minutes and the other ones are way too long. I was not wanting it to be like that, but it is all good. I want to keep the theme of Eberron because that is what my campaign is set in. The party knows what's going to be coming for them due to the actions they had taken. So what waits for them is a Warforged Titan. And I will show you because I've already been actually in the works of painting that one. But there are other various things that will be after them that I will paint. And yeah, I hope you guys hopefully enjoyed it. I know the quality wasn't the best, but I promise it will improve. Oh, yes. Painted this thing, the plank. Awesome. But this part here I want to mention. If you see they have notches on it. Apologize for the dry hands, I know. Whatever. But these little notches on here are awesome. They unfortunately don't work for this type of base. But if you have a character like this one here, and I did put a bit of rocks everywhere, so it's kind of hard. So we'll go for my one character you may have already seen in another video. This was a very interesting character I had made for a one-shot. The character's name was Fabio Valois. He was French, and he was in love with himself. I actually put 2 in-game flaws for the character, which was awesome. One was if there was any reflective surface, and he would have to roll to stop and look at himself. Or on a bad roll, he would have to stop and admire himself. But the other part was without going overboard. Fabio talked about himself in the third person. So, it was a lot of fun. It was a love-hate relationship with the party. In a good way. Alright, to the point. So, the ladder here, if you want to have a moment where you're being overrun by hordes of characters like seen in the beginning, imagine you're trying to escape and one of your moves, you actually are on the ladder having to run up it. So each one, maybe it's like 5 feet for two steps or something to that effect, but really cool. Adds to the game mechanics and etc. But yes, one of the many awesome little things that you guys will have. Before ending, I will mention one last thing. One of the people in the party, we had one of these high above, and during one of the attacks, they had unfortunately flew off the ship and just managed to land on a civilian's vessel, which, fortunately for him, also being a bard, his charismatic ways made it where the other Skycoach came in, and he ended up tackling a kobold off this onto the deck. It's entertaining, but a lot of fun. Just adds tons of new elements to the game. So yeah, if you're ever looking forward to using something like this, you can get a pre-painted one. You do get, I believe, an extra one of these if you get the pre-painted. You only get 4 for these ones, or for the unpainted, and unfortunately with prices going up, it has gone up to, I believe, $60. I had gotten it back when it was like just a little above 30. But yeah, honestly, if this is something you're into, this is definitely especially if you're in Everon, it is a must because role playing is amazing. It's the beauty of D&D and role playing games, but when you can throw this on the table, like, come on, who doesn't want that? Also, I'm gonna end it with a question for all you guys. If you guys like Red Dead Redemption 2 or just whatever, you don't actually have to play it, but just a friendly question. Your your horse, what would be if you had a horse or if you were to name your horse on Red Dead, what would it be? And the first one, I know for all the Lord of the Rings nerds out there, Shadowfax was my first one. I know, cheesy, whatever, I liked it. But now my main horse that I ride around in is called Pork and Beans, because like, why not? It's pretty awesome. As for the previous question in the earlier videos, for wands, what was yours be made out of? Very fun. I want to try to add little questions like that just to interact with you guys, as well as just, it's fun. It's a good question. And and for all unicorn lovers, I apologize for that last question. Alright guys. I'll probably be going and painting with a smaller project. Like, for an example, I'll show you my cousin. She really enjoys D&D, and I can't help myself but wanting to grab a mini and paint it once the players told me what their character is. And not that I take that away from all of them, but I just wanted to show you guys. She had chosen a green dragonborn, so and she wanted purple on him, so I put purple robes. There's a wicked shield and magic here, or a magic translucent piece here. It's still in the works, but yeah, I wanted it to have the colored scales and all that. But yeah, it's cool. Quick little look. I will be releasing a video about epic encounters made from Steam Forge. That will be my next project or focus to paint, or what I'm going to be painting on. Alright, thank you guys for watching, and keep it as short as I can, and you guys all take care, and I'll see you later.